Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to have the possibility to speak with you here in the Palace of Culture physically as well as online, and to speak about the possibilities and how the British government supports companies located in Central and Eastern Europe in scaling their business globally via the UK. So my name is Bartosz Kozinski, and I represent Department for International Trade here in Warsaw at the British Embassy. And my role is to support Polish companies in growing their business, scaling up in the UK. We support startups, scale-ups, as well as top players. Before I commence the main bit of the presentation, a couple of words about the ministry that I represent, so Department for International Trade, and the main goals that it has. So first of all, DIT supports British companies in expanding globally, as well as the second most important aspect is to attract investment into the UK. So this is these are the bits that I represent, and I would like to talk through during my presentation. Maybe I'll start with a bigger picture of a macro approach before going into micro aspects that are more interesting for startups. So UK is open for business. It's still top destination attracting investment in Western Europe. It's basically more than 67 million consumers who are open for innovation and always eager to try something new. So a very interesting market, lucrative market. It's the sixth largest economy in the world, and year by year it's basically in the top countries as far as the most innovative rankings are concerned. This is basically related to the fact that you've got best in the world, well, universities that are best in their class in the world, just to name Oxford or Cambridge. And this constitutes to the fact that, for example, last year, UK placed 5th as the most innovative country in the world. What we do as DIT is we support companies in plugging them in an ecosystem of experts who support them with constructing business case, for example, very often at the beginning of the relationship. Any type of market research, competitive analysis that supports companies in making better business decisions. These are what our experts do. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is the fact that it's very easy to do business in the UK. Labor costs are by far the most competitive in Western Europe, as well as very flexible labor laws. So it's very easy to find the best solution out of the whole array available for entrepreneurs. That's why Great Britain ranks 9th globally and 4th in Europe in terms of doing business and the rankings that are done every year. British government listens to the voice of business and tries to implement solutions that make running business and basically flourishing businesses as easy as possible. So just a couple of examples to convince you. Setting up a company really takes about 24 hours, and you can do that totally online. What is required in terms of financial aspect is just a symbolic £1. Comparing it to the Polish reality, it's 5,000 zloty. And there's a lot of trust towards the administration to entrepreneurs, which makes life of business people really easy. I prepared a couple of examples of the government initiatives and how these initiatives support businesses. First of all, R&D credits for small and medium enterprises. So for each pound that you spend for R&D, you can get £2.30 back. So these are 230% basically reductions. A very interesting aspect that I wanted to talk to you about is patent box. So these are preferential tax regimes for profits arising from patents, and this is only 10%. So that's a very unique solution in the global environment, basically. And what we as Department for International Trade can do for you is run you through the programs that are really important for your particular business. So after consulting your needs and your vision, our experts will guide you through the really large, vast array of different programs available and support you with finding the best ones and also support you along the way of applying for these. So by doing that, saving you time and as a result, money. Other examples that I prepared to show are, for example, local enterprise partnerships. 39 of these are located in counties. These are platforms created by local government and local administration and businesses, whether there's any problem to be sorted out or whether just to fuel network and business development. These are partnerships to go to engage in and to utilize to the best of your ability. Other examples, enterprise zones, 38 of these. They are very similar to the Polish economic zones, so I won't be dwelling on these. But I wanted to draw your attention to our catapult centers. So 11 of catapult centers, which are platforms bridging gap between universities and the world of business. So any spin-offs that are coming out of universities work with catapult centers in order to bring the business ventures faster to the market. So very unique solution, and that works really well, supports many innovative companies. Further examples that are definitely triggered towards startups and scale-ups are, for instance, Global Entrepreneurs Program. This is a special program where we've got a group of people who we call deal makers, and these are very well established business people who work with the British government, and they support startups which can scale up globally, and they support them by networks in VCs and angel investors, as well as corporate environment. So in a way, it's what I call a beauty contest, because not each startup gets invited to the program, but once you go through the sifting process and you qualify, really good things happen, and they happen very quickly. Another important and interesting program is Innovate UK. These are various grants ranging between 5,000 up to 10 million pounds for innovative products and services. An aspect of soft landing packages, and here I wanted to draw your attention to the fact that very often when companies, startups that we work with think about the UK, they think about London. And London is a fantastic place, great ecosystem, fantastic possibility to plug into the financial aspect, but there are certain barriers, very often, for example, cost barriers. And after all, London is not the whole UK. So what we try to do is to show different possibilities in the whole of the UK. And very often it turns out that, for instance, areas such as Midlands or area of Northern Powerhouse, which is Liverpool, Manchester or Leeds, present fantastic opportunities for startups. Just to give you an example, setting up an office in Manchester is pretty much similar in price to the cost in Warsaw. And very often after working with us, the companies realize that, for example, 80% of their potential customers are located in the north of the UK rather than in the south. So it's really important to do the homework, and it's really important to base your next steps on the homework that you can benchmark or you can develop with the help and support of our experts. In the next slide, I prepared 10 top support services that you can count on us supporting you with. And I think here is the right moment to mention that all that we do is for free. However, before we commence into a dialogue with an entrepreneur, we need to understand that the vision for internationalization is to grow in the UK, to set up a business, to set up a company, and to create structures, so to employ people. If a company wants to basically develop business remotely, it's fine. We're happy to talk. We know people who can support you, but these would not be our resources. However, if you're planning to invest in the UK, grow there, and from the UK go beyond, definitely we're happy to support you with all the resources that I mentioned. And after all, very often we try to go the extra mile. Each project is different, so there are many other things that we do additionally. And when a company, for example, from Poland sets up in the UK, employs people, it becomes a British entity. And I mentioned when I was introducing Department for International Trade that DIT supports British companies in scaling up globally. So when a company has global vision and establishes in the UK, we've got offices around the world, 190 locations, and colleagues in that in the embassies around the world are paid to support British companies in introducing products or services in particular markets. So this is, let's say, the life cycle of our service. So we support you along the way in your investment process in the UK to make the most of the ecosystem there. And after that, or in parallel, because that happens very often with our clients, to grow in parallel to other markets, to other international markets. So what you need to do, or if you are interested in understanding more and what's in it for you, please do speak to us. We've got a stand in the expo area. I'm here available to you to have a chat. Marcin, my colleague, is available as well. If you won't make it to speak with us here because you're joining online, please do drop us a line, find us on LinkedIn. We're happy to consult your vision, your needs, and see what our resources can do and how we can structure our work and support, and to what capacity can we engage. So it's that simple. Just reach out to us and let's discuss how can we help. And I think that's it from me today. So thanks very much for your attention, and please do speak to us. Thank you.